History is filled with stories, some well-known, and others that are, well, a little more unusual. Today, we're diving into 6 little-known historical facts that might just change the way you think about the past. Let's jump in. First up, let's talk about King Henry VIII. Now, we all know he was a larger-than-life king, but did you know he employed for men to keep track of his bowel movements? That's right. These men, known as the Grooms of the King's Stool, were tasked with monitoring Henry's bathroom habits and even wiping his royal bottom. It wasn't just an uncomfortable job, they were eventually knighted. Talk about moving up the ranks in the most unexpected way. Next, let's travel back in time way back. Around 200,000 years ago, humans began to spread out from Africa, slowly populating the Middle East, Europe, Southeast Asia, and eventually the entire globe. This migration shaped who we are today. Every single one of us, no matter where we live, can trace our roots to that first journey out of Africa. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? Next, we head to ancient Egypt and the powerful Cleopatra. Most people know her as the lover of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, but did you know she actually married both of her brothers? Yes, that's right. Cleopatra married Ptolemy XIII, then later Ptolemy XIV, as part of a royal tradition to keep the bloodline pure and maintain control of Egypt. Talk about keeping it all in the family. Now, let's zoom into the stars for a moment. Laika, a stray dog from Moscow, was the first living creature to travel into space. In 1957, she was launched aboard Sputnik by the Soviet Union, marking a major milestone in space exploration. Sadly, Laika didn't survive the journey, but she paved the way for human space travel. A small step for a dog, a giant leap for mankind. Next, let's go back to ancient Egypt for their New Year celebration. Known as Wepet Renpet, the Egyptians celebrated the annual flooding of the Nile, which brought fertility to the land. It was the start of the agricultural year and was seen as a fresh beginning. In a way, their new year was all about the rebirth of the land and life itself. Pretty poetic, right? And finally, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We all know it as one of the world's most iconic landmarks, but did you know it was never straight to begin with? The tower began leaning during construction due to unstable ground beneath it, and while it was never intended to lean, this quirky design flaw actually makes it one of the most photographed buildings in the world. Sometimes, imperfections are what make things truly unforgettable. From royal stool monitors to an ancient Egyptian New Year and the first living creature in space, history is filled with surprising tales. Which fact blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more astonishing facts.